guys. Welcome to Real Shit Friday. I have no idea what week we're in, Carlos, so, it's just the way it is.
Let's just give up. At this point, we've been doing this for a
Let's
while.
stop counting. We're too cool for that now.
Too cool for counting.
We're too cool for counting. But anyway, hey guys, thank you for joining us for another week, whatever fucking week it is. Today, sorry we're starting a little bit late too. It's just been a crazy hectic day for me. I know Carlos had some stuff he had to take care of too, so we're versatile. We be switching around, but thank you guys for listening either way. Today, I think I wanted to kind of delve into some things we kind of talked about on a previous week. Don't remember which week that was either. But we had gotten on the topic on a bunch of relationship stuff, things that we deal with in our relationships, things that we won't settle for. So today we're going to talk about relationship taboos. So basically deal breakers or things that we just don't do in our relationship or things that, we may do that might be unconventional in our relationship. So we're just going to get real, get, unfiltered like always, and just kind of delve into each other's relationships. Because I know, like, Carlos, I know on this show, this is probably as real as I possibly can be, but we know in our relationships, maybe we're not as open to things, or maybe we can't, we might be prudes to a certain things because of just the dynamic. So kind of want to give the listeners a little bit of intimate view inside of our outside life. So I want to start off with the topic of porn. It's a taboo topic still for some reason, even though porn is pretty much like dying breed right now. But in your relationship, I wanted to start with you first because I got so much to say about this and I want to kind of just keep it moving. So, Carlos, in your relationship, is porn a part of it? Are you okay with your husband watching porn? Is it even a factor? What's your stand on porn in your relationship when it comes to, either of you having an interest in it?
Chris and I actually did a video for Cut and that was one of their questions. And we both we just let each other, we don't watch it together. We used to. Sometimes we will, but I don't know. I don't really have an opinion on it. I don't know when he has the time. If he does, then I don't really mind.
Gotcha. You're like, I don't know. You're like, same with me. Like, we're always together, honestly. So, like, when would he have the time? And also, if he wanted something, he could just ask for it because I'm right next to him. So, but kind of I think I have a more defined opinion about it. I actually dislike it and I don't really approve of it because of the fact that, to me, I know it's going to be so cliche, but to me it's a little bit of a form of cheating, especially if I'm right there and you can ask me for something if you're in the mood, because of the fact that you're letting a female or whatever it is going on in that video pleasure you. And I feel like, in a way, like, I feel not cheating, I think it's just disrespect. I feel like, if I'm right there and I look as good as you say I look, it shouldn't matter. Like, you shouldn't have to go to a screen, you shouldn't have to go to people you don't know, watch them doing something we could easily fucking do. So to me it's not like, I'm not a big fan of it.
These are people he don't know.
Right. Like, I don't, like, seriously, it makes me feel like a piece of shit. So that's kind of my stand on it. I think I'm a little bit more direct, and I'm not as lenient as probably a lot of millennials are about it, because it's just, I'm very traditional with it. If you want something, you could just ask. I'm here. And we're together all the time. So it shouldn't even be a factor, to be totally honest with you. But yeah, I don't even know where he would have the time. I certainly don't have the fucking time. So, but all right, so that's cool. At least we know that we're a little bit kind of progressive, but for me, I'm a little bit more conservative. But whatever. We don't always have to agree. It's whatever. So the next thing I wanted to talk about is hanging out with either the opposite sex for me, or if your husband was hanging out with, if you were he was out hanging out with another guy. So hang out with somebody other than you, kind of like on a not an intimate level, but say if your husband wanted to go to the movies with another guy, how would you feel about that? Or, like, what if he wanted to have dinner with a male coworker, just him and that male coworker? Like, how would you feel about, having some type of intimate activity with somebody else?
We talked about this too in the video.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Look at
it's
you
called
having
Truth
to
or Drink.
delve
It's like,
into your other lifestyle.
I know. The video I'm talking about, guys, it's on YouTube. It's called Truth or Drink, Chris and Carlos. But
Awesome.
I don't mind. I mean, as long as you're not paying for it. Like, if it's a friend, and like y'all are just buddies.
Y'all
Oh
need
yeah,
to be
that's
splitting
cool.
that shit.
But my husband doesn't really have friends like that, so, like that he would do. Like I have friends that I go to, like
Well, way to call Chris out. God damn.
I mean, he don't. But I have friends that like I'll go to. Like my one friend, he actually has a boyfriend, and we meet each other every Monday at
Mhm.
3 o'clock for margaritas at a Mexican restaurant. And then like, we just
Mm.
sit there and chat like for like a couple hours, maybe an hour, 2 hours. But I just think that's kind of like freedom. But I mean, if it's intimate and if you trying to like as like a date, I don't care as long as you're not paying our money. Like if you get
Mhm.
free food, then you get free food. I hope you would let me know because if you don't, that's cheating.
Right,
Um,
exactly.
but if I
Exactly.
find you just like going out, balling out, and like taking some nigga on a date, oh no, I'm fighting.
Yeah, I pretty much feel the same way. Like basically, if it's just a hangout and either y'all splitting or y'all splitting it, that's pretty much my only thing. And then you have to tell me about it. And also, I have to have the freedom of contacting you. I don't want to hear your phone off. I don't want it to go to voicemail. If that shit happens, then I bug the fuck out. And I'm psycho Coco. So nobody likes that. She's not fun. So that's my stance too. Like it's really not that big of a deal. I've always been a very open and progressive person, so for me, it's not really a deal, honestly, unless they're doing something fucking super inappropriate, like say, like the person's coming over our house when I'm not here, or my husband's going over her house when no one's there, shit like that. Then I'd have a problem. But like hanging out, that's really not a big deal to me. And my
Yeah,
husband's very social, so for me to say don't do that, it's kind of like that's me kind of doing a disservice to our relationship because I pretty much got with him because he's very social and he's a very like personable person and that fits my personality. So for me to say don't hang out with your friends because of some kind of insecurity I would have, that would be shitty. So I wouldn't really fucking it wouldn't matter. But so another thing is locking phones. You probably covered that in your video too. When it comes to like cell phones or Facebook or social media, locking phones or going in another room to use social media or to use the phone, or hiding the phone away from you when they're texting. How do you feel about issues like that?
I mean, it kind of goes to like we don't. This is the stuff we don't do. Like I don't. There's no closed doors in my
Mhm.
house. Why you need to close the
Right?
door? Why you need like we have locks on our phones, not from each other, but just like in case someone steals our shit and you just need to track your phone. But like my fingerprint unlocks my husband's phone. And his fingerprint unlocks my phone. So I don't even need the password. I got biometrics.
Right?
So
You so stupid.
but like as far as like sneaking and going to bathrooms, oh no, I don't play none of that. None of that.
Mhm.
Like you take a shit right next to me.
Right.
I smelled it before. I smell it again.
No, but yeah, that's kind of crazy because I feel like we have the kind of unconventional way of a lot of millennials looking at relationships with locking phones and all that stuff. Though I've seen like a bitch literally leap over the other end of a couch to check her boyfriend's phone. He was literally on the other end of the couch
I
and he
used to
was
I used to be like that. Like I used to be like
exactly.
ripping
We've all
phones
we've all been
off
there.
and running niggas over with cars and shit. But I can't.
Yeah,
I had to stop that.
let it
That
grow
wasn't
up.
my life. Yeah, I met my husband. I was like, oh, I have nothing to be concerned about now.
Exactly, right? Right? But actually, since you said y'all could shit in the same room together, that actually brings me to my next question. Bodily functions. Um, do you guys like is it okay if like he farts in front of you or burps in front of you, or are you guys prudes about any type of thing like happening while you guys are intimate or just
No,
together?
no, no. We're super comfortable. Like there's been times I was super sick a couple years ago, and like I shit all over myself in bed, and he had to like
Mhm.
take me to the tub and clean me off, and then change
Aww.
the sheets. Like we just fart. I think it's funny. Like I be trying to smother him when I fart at night, and like I'll cover his head with with the covers and
Oh
just fart
shit,
on
you're
purpose.
stupid.
But no, we're just cool. Like we just I don't know. We're just two guys that just do guy shit.
You're so stupid. No, but for me, oh my God, we're so conservative about stuff like that. It's kind of crazy because the way I am, you would think I'd be like, nah, I'd be dropping my, no, I don't, we're old school, I guess, because just to me, I feel like I need to be classier than that, like than a lot of females would if they're comfortable with doing that. Like, for if I like burp in front of Kevin, he'll be like, "Oh my god, ew, babe!" Like it's like we're like prudes when it comes to stuff like that. It's just the way we've always been, and I don't know. I think that's just the way I've grown up, and I also don't like. It's gonna sound stupid, but I don't have a lot of humanly like random bodily functions that people like have. I don't know, like I don't like burp often. Like I pretty much control. I don't like when shit doesn't happen randomly for me. So I think
I
that's
know,
kind of
I know.
why.
Yeah, Coco. You don't.
That's what no, I'm being serious. I know
Don't
nobody's gonna believe
hurt.
me. I know no one's gonna believe me, but literally, you can even ask my husband. Like, it just doesn't happen. I have trouble sweating. Did I ever tell you that? I know it's so fucking off topic, but it's okay. I don't sweat. Like this, that it's legit. I think it's a
I'm pretty
problem.
sure that's a disorder. That's a
I know.
disorder. You need to maybe get that checked
I
out.
do. I think I'm dying. Like literally, it could be like 90 like million degrees, and I won't break a sweat. And I think that's probably why I'm always fucking warm. Like in the cold, I can go out in like 20 something degrees in a t-shirt and be totally fine, and everybody will be looking at me like I'm fucking crazy. But I cannot sweat. No matter how much I run, no matter whatever I do not sweat. So I think I have some problems. But like I said, I don't do a bunch of weird human shit, and I kind of feel jealous that you guys can just make all these noises and stuff. And it
Make
just doesn't
all
work
these
for
noises and
me.
stuff. Oh my lord.
It doesn't work for me. But whatever. Moving on. When it comes to like habits, like how like conservative are you about like bad habits, like whether it's dumb shit like nail biting to like either smoking or like smoking cigarettes. I mean, I'm sure you don't got a problem with that, but like just something that you would be severely against and say he couldn't break the habit of, would it be a deal breaker? Have you had any of those issues with bad habits or things like that?
I have cigar smoking habits, so I'm trying to actually stop smoking cigars. And I've been trying to stop for like 5 years. I'm probably not
Wait,
going
do
to
you
though,
really?
but
Quick question. Okay, going off topic, same topic, whatever. Um, is it different smoking a cigar than is smoking a cigarette? Like, what is the difference? Why do people prefer
you
cigars?
just
Which,
get.
what are you
I
saying?
mean, for me, I think it's just like you get more nicotine, and it's just like a different type of smoke, and you don't have that nasty cigarette like after smell. That's why I like.
Oh, so it's
But I
bougie,
just like.
basically.
It,
In layman's
cigars
terms, you
still
could have
have
just
their
said
own
that.
smell though. Like it still has their own smell. But if you get good cigars, you can actually get like you can smell good. It smells like really good sometimes. But I don't know. No, he really doesn't. He had a bad. It's not really about like a bad habit. He just didn't know how to control money. He still doesn't really know how to control money. But that's why I'm here.
Right?
But no, he doesn't have any habits that I don't really like. He's pretty good when it comes to that.
Well, I'm glad you're all nice and fucking understanding. But like I don't know. I guess there's just things that are deal breakers for me, but I don't think my husband has a habit of any of those things. I know money, like not being able to handle money would be a huge, huge thing for me. But I take care of the finances in our relationship, just like that we have roles, not like gender specific roles, but like we have roles in our relationship. I do the finances, he does take care of other things, so that has never been an issue. And plus, he's never had an issue with me, dealing with budgeting things and balancing, our expenses and shit like that. But if I think my issue is I run into a lot of guys who had an issue with buying useless shit like shoes and fucking clothes. And I don't know if it's a guy thing. I don't know what it is. But men love to buy sneakers, and I've been in a relationship where this guy, all he wanted to do was buy sneakers. His check would come
I
every
don't
2 weeks.
understand
Buy
that. I
sneakers.
don't understand that.
It's
Like they don't.
ridiculous.
How about you buy stock? That's sexy. Buying sneakers,
Exactly.
I don't understand. Stop buying sneakers, people.
It's not cute. Like, it's really not.
They be like standing outside, but they be standing outside to get the shoes. How about you stand outside the courthouse so you can pay your baby mama her back child support?
For real.
Like
Exactly.
I'm so tired.
Exact. I don't understand this epidemic with fucking shit. And I thought it was gonna die because, like, remember how like a couple years ago, like the new Jordans were like everything, like that you'd hear about them for weeks and weeks and weeks. People be standing outside the stores, not getting a pair, starting riots and shit. And it's
I've
not like
never owned
that
a pair
big
of
now.
Jordans in my life. I've
Neither
never
have
owned a
I.
pair of Jordans in my life. Now I do have nice shoes. Like I love Doc Martens because they're in Seattle. It's raining all the time, or it's icy or snowy.
True.
So like, but they're expensive shoes, but they are really, you can wear them. I've had
They're
some of my boots
practical.
for years. Yeah, they're practical. Like we can wear them in any outfit. So, but I don't understand these sneakers. You can't really do anything in these sneakers.
And no, 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 no. What fucking kills me is they buy the fucking sneakers and then they don't tie the fucking shits up, so you can't walk anywhere. They
Oh,
don't tie it up
yeah,
so
they
there's
just
no
think
fucking creases.
you know what I hate, which is kind of like the sneaker thing, is when people buy hats or like any type of clothing and leave the tags on.
Oh my
Like
god,
what?
yes. It's
Like
so
what is that?
stupid.
Like you just look like you gonna return that later. Like
For real. I'm like,
stop it. Make it stop.
I don't
Make it
know.
stop. Like
It's
you
horrible.
still got the receipt. You got the receipt like duct tape to the back of the jacket. Like so you see how much I paid for it. Look, I paid for it. I paid for it.
Exactly. I'm telling you. And I thought that shit was dying, but it's still happening. I see it on my Facebook all the time. People waiting outside on the, camping out like a fucking video game. Like, remember when they used to do that shit too, camping out for video games? That shit don't happen no more because you could just
I used
download
to
them
do that
shits on the
when I
console.
was a kid. I used to do that. Like my dad was super nerdy, and we would camp out for
Aww.
like Best Buy, and like it was kind of fun a little bit, but I don't do that as an adult now. I'm very secondhand. I get my everything from all my electronics from the pawn shop because it's the same electronics, just gently used.
Yeah,
And
right?
the
Why
best
not?
time and the best time to actually go to the pawn shop is right at Christmas time, and
Yep.
or like actually right now, right after Christmas, like January, February, because everyone did already spent their tax money, and they trying to pawn off their old stuff because they ran out of tax money. So then you get
Yep.
the new stuff that they just bought for Christmas.
Exactly, exactly. But yeah, it's ridiculous, honestly. But that's one thing I wouldn't tolerate. Is if somebody had like a habit, like they had to continuously collect something fucking useless. Like sneakers they're never gonna wear, they're gonna wear twice, and they're not gonna fucking tie them the fuck up. So what's the point? Or clothing that they're gonna grow out of, because niggas be getting fat now. Like it's just inevitable. So don't even buy like $1,000 pair of
Niggas
jeans
be
because
getting
no one's gonna.
fat. Damn. Damn.
You look
Damn,
it.
damn, damn.
It's the hormones. Don't even play, Carlos. It's the hormones. It's that
See, I'm
McDonald's.
I'm chill today. I had a good day. You called me in the evening on Friday. This is like the evening Friday part. And I'm getting ready to go to Portland tomorrow for the weekend, so I'm just like
Ooh.
chilling, chillaxing.
Now
I'm
you
not excited,
wondering if you looking fat.
right? Talk about niggas be getting fat. Ooh, talk about niggas be getting fat. I found some jeans today at the Goodwill that fit me perfectly, and they were 10 cents, and I was so excited.
They were 10 cents. Oh my god. Anyway, but that's pretty much my whole topic. For all y'all that don't know, this nigga over here didn't get prepared, so I had to take over. And so I told him,
I
I said
know.
I have a topic ish to talk about. So you know what, I did my part. So Carlos, you need to pull something out of your ass. What we about to talk
I
about
mean,
right
listen.
now?
I just want to talk about. First of all, we've always had like these topics and shit, but I just want to sit there and thank the fans and thank
Right?
all the people who listen because you guys are super amazing. Because we get your messages, and I know my husband. Shout out to you, babe. He be listening.
Hi.
Um, and like, yeah, I just want to thank you guys so much because it's like we're just starting to get this rolling, and I think it's going to be exciting. And if you guys want topics, if you want to know stuff, send us messages and let us know.
Yeah.
But as far as anything I got, I don't know. I just really want to talk about honestly just a
I
homely.
just really can't think of anything to talk about. So I'm gonna say I just really 5 times till I think about something.
Hey, no, but for real, people, this is a lot. I have to come up with fucking comedy jokes. I have to do comedy shows, and I have the other show on Wednesday that I
My
have.
G,
My topics on
listen,
Wednesday was
listen,
dope.
listen, listen.
I am
I
not
run the
dodging.
whole shit, okay?
my
And I got a
topic on Wednesday
business.
was dope. It was dope. But no, honestly, okay. So I do have a topic that I kind of want to talk about. And it's raising a dog and raising. You have dogs. Do you have dogs?
I have a fur child. His name is Toby. He is my life.
Is okay. So a fur child.
Yes.
They're still
He's
dogs,
a
even though they're my
dog.
babies. Well, I dress my animals up in clothing every
Me
day,
too.
so I'm okay. Oh, I have to send you some of my product. But I took my puppy. He's not a puppy anymore. He's almost 10 months, so he's still a puppy. But I take my pit bull to the park, and whenever I go around with my pit bull, it's just like I know I've talked about this before, but the stigma just really just needs to stop because it's just so
I know,
annoying.
it's sad. It's really
And like
upsetting.
I'm really feeling sad for my dog because I went to the dog park yesterday and like people wouldn't let their dogs play with him and he was just trying to play.
Oh, that breaks my heart.
It was kind of sad, and I kind of felt like when you see your kids on the playground and nobody wants to play with your child, and it was really funny because there was a lady who was like, you could tell she was clearly there training some other dogs.
Mhm.
And she was like, does your dog want to come and train with my dogs? And I was like, sure, I'm sure he would. So she literally like gave me like a whole free training session, and was working on some stuff with Grayson because Grayson has a problem with jumping, which
Aw.
it's kind of my fault because when he was a puppy, like I would just love for him to jump in my arms. And
Yeah.
when he was like 15, 20 pounds, but now he's close to 90 pounds, and I was like, you cannot
Whew.
jump.
My
So
dog is a hot, like, 11.5 pounds.
I have a 12-pound Chihuahua too, but
Aw.
oh my god, this morning he took my Chihuahua's hoodie and just like ripped him across the room, and I was like, Lee, why are you doing this to your? Oliver loves it, but my Chihuahua loves it because it's like a free carnival ride for him. So he like goes.
He
He's
doesn't
like,
realize
"Yeah,
how much danger he's in.
I know. Come on, one day your neck is gonna be broken. Stop playing
Poor
that.
baby.
But no, I want to know, do you believe in, because like, as far as I'm concerned, what I do with my dogs, like I hand make their food, I take them to the park, I dress them, like I'm already exceeding what I used to get up when we had dogs. Like I remember having a dog and it barely got fed. It was tied up to the tree. We used to give it like scraps. We used to just, do you think like paying for training, because I'm trying to convince Chris that we need to pay this lady for training. And he was just like, I'll train him with my fists. And I was like, yo, you can't, we need to get out of that mentality. Like we need to go to get some therapy for our dog and get some training. Do you think that like dogs, like, is that something that you should invest in, or do you think that's just some white people shit?
You know what it is? My dog basically trained himself. I don't know how, I don't know when.
So did my Chihuahua. He trained himself. It
Yeah,
was
the
very
little
easy
ones
for
do
him.
that. But
No, this dog has dug a hole through my carpet, through the subfloor. He dug a hole to the concrete.
jeez.
And then like I keep him active. I'm doing all of this. But I was like, I need some help. I need some professional help.
I feel like if your dog is being destructive, or dangerous in any way, yes. For me, I never had the mentality that a dog is meant to serve. I've never had that mentality a day in my life. I think, or be like, I don't like the word obedience. I want. It's a life. I want it to know it's loved. I want it to have a good time while they're here. They have a much shorter life than we do. I want them to enjoy themselves. I want them to know they're loved, behave, but enjoy their life. It's a little life. So I don't believe.
Which is I feel like that too, but
Mhm.
raising him almost feels like raising a black child. Like I want you to go out there and do your best in life, but there's a target on your back and people don't like you. So there are certain situations where it's okay to be at the park and be excited, but there's more when we're walking down the street, don't get excited. And like that's the type of obedience that I need but like also like you said, I want him to be a dog. Like I want him to go up and and that's the thing, he wants to greet everyone. He wants to like, hey, how are you? Like come rub me. And some people are just like, oh my god, he's so scary looking. And he's like he's big, but he's not scary looking. He's super cute and he's super adorable. But it's kind of like I understand what you're saying. It's like wanting to make a dog and not having like this obedient robot. But at certain times, like I need him to listen, and I need him to listen at the time because it's actually for his benefit. Because
knowing your situation though, because you did explain it pretty well. Because you have a dog where there's a lot of stigma. There's a lot of people who are immediately afraid, even if he stood completely still. That would probably make them even more afraid. So, it's like you're walking on eggshells just because that's the breed he is. He could be a beautiful, happy, playful baby, nothing but a little gentle baby. But a big teddy bear, but no one would know unless they gave him the chance. And then if the first chance of meeting him is they get pounced on, like, playfully, but pounced on, it sometimes could be scary.
Hmm.
Sadly it could be scary, so that makes sense. And I think maybe honing in on the troublesome, I guess, activeness, like the jumping, being a little bit abrasive when it comes to, being playful. Those things can be corrected, and I think that's a good thing. But as far as like having a dog, you know, I don't know. I've seen people who went to extremes training their dog, like making sure that they growl at certain types of people and not other types of people, like like those types of lengths. And I just don't think that it's necessary. But definitely honing in on those troublesome activities that they do, or even if it's just, it may not even be training. It could just be what's the word I'm looking for? It could be like toning down aggression. That doesn't have to mean that they have to be trained to, oh, don't do this, because at some point you want them to have a personality, you want them to jump on you, you want them to have a good time, and it's just more of just toning down their
Their
I
like
guess act
their
like active,
personality.
being too active. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So,
Yeah. No, that makes sense. That makes sense. No, I think I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. But while I was doing that topic, I found a way to fill in the last 10 to 15 minutes.
oh god,
Um,
here we go.
with a topic that I just came up with. Sorry, guys. Next week I'll be so much better, but this week I just had a
Mhm.
week. All right. So you gotta ask.
Guys,
I'm
just
gonna
remember,
ask.
I've always come through in the clutch. I've always had a topic on hand, on
Um.
deck. Let's talk about it.
Okay, and I've always come in on the
I'm
clutch with the best
joking.
stories.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, whatever,
Okay.
because we're gonna go
You ain't got
there.
grits in your booty hole.
Uh, that's your only ammo, bro. Come at me. Come
You
at
know
me.
what?
If your
You know
only
what?
ammo is
Oh
grapes in your
man.
booty
You
hole.
know what, man? You don't make me bring out the meme again. Don't make
Oh
me bring
yeah,
out the meme again.
please don't, because it is still a joke, a running joke in my family now. Like, I can't.
I
I will never.
I will bring it out, and you won't regret it. But no, all
Goodbye.
right. So what I did is I researched the the top 15 things not to ask your coworker,
Oh, I like that.
and I'm just gonna sit here and ask you all of them.
Okay, great.
All right.
Fun.
Number one. Um, what are you?
Wait, are you actually asking me? Like, am I actually having to answer?
Yes. What are you?
I'm African American and Arabic.
How do you know this?
My genealogy? I don't know. My family? I don't know what to tell you. Wait, how do you follow something up like that? How do you know? What? Did you just make that shit up because it's stupid?
Yes. Yes. Okay. All right. All right. Well, since it seems like you know that.
Yes, I think I know it a little bit about that.
You know what?
Continue.
That's like it's like people are like, and a lot of people are like, well, I went on ancestry.com
Oh
and I
no.
found that I was 67% Brazilian and I was 37% African
Uh-huh.
American. And then like they be adding the percentages. I'm like, you just gave me
Wait,
134%.
Carlos. Exactly, right? Carlos, go. Wait, did you see that stupid ancestry? I'm sorry, I'm about to rip this little lady apart. You see the ancestry.com commercial with the lady? Hold up. Ah. Wait.
Wait,
What's the chubby black lady, right? And
and
she talked.
she said she was African.
She's Nigerian. It's like 26%. And she's like, I love putting this hat on because it brings me closer to my culture. I was like, wait, so you're going to say fuck you to the other, what, 74% of you? I was like,
They
what's
had,
happening?
they had her in full garb.
And she's so cute. I feel so bad, but she makes me
No, that
sad.
was funny. Oh my gosh, that was so funny.
Anyway,
Okay,
continue.
so question number two. What is your sexual orientation?
Um, I don't know. I got that depends. It depends on what day of the week it is. Um,
Okay,
what'd you say?
okay.
I mean, I have lesbian Tuesdays. I think that's kind of that. But for the most,
Every Tuesday,
but for the most part, I am 100. No, I'm 94% straight.
94% straight. Okay,
Yes.
hey, I'll accept that.
There you
That's
go.
a A minus.
Right
A
there you
minus.
go.
Um, Number three, do you plan on having children?
Yes, actually, yes.
When?
Probably, probably working on it probably in December. To be honest,
Like,
I
I'm
set
planning
out a
on.
special month.
I'm gonna put it on my Apple Map, my app or my Google Calendar. December, have
Yes,
baby.
and you gotta call me to make sure, like, be like, girl.
Ooh. This one, okay. So I'm okay. I'm ready for the next one. This one's
Okay,
personal.
I'm ready.
How much money do you make?
Okay, so around about, I guess in a year, I'll say maybe between 50 and $60,000. So that's me. Yeah.
Okay, that's middle class. That's middle class.
Yeah, I
Okay,
try. I
perfect.
try.
Um,
My husband makes a
I
little bit
tried.
more, but yeah, that's me.
I would say how much I make, but I'm trying to dodge the IRS, so
I got you.
okay. Ooh, better pay low. Ooh. Um,
Stupid.
I miss Whitney. Love you, girl. Uh,
You're
Number five.
stupid.
How much do you weigh? Ooh, that's not polite to ask a woman.
I weigh, and I'm actually proud of it. I weigh 154 pounds. I lost almost 30 something pounds in the past couple months.
Gee,
So,
damn. That's a lot of weight to lose, though, for real.
yes. So, give it up to
She said
that.
she
Woot woot.
150. Oh, she knew down to the foe. I'm
Yep.
like, I could get a ratio of 10 or minus 10. I'm like 170 to 189.
Nope. I
And on
am
the,
real.
number six, how old are you?
I am 27 years old and I cannot wait to be 30. Don't ask me why.
Yeah, why can't wait to be 30? That's not something that you hear.
I
I
know.
can't, you know what? I can't wait to be 60, so I just don't really give a fuck no more. Like, I
True.
really don't give a fuck now, but when I really don't give a fuck when I'm 60, I cannot wait to have that
It's gonna
fun.
be fabulous.
Oh wait, okay, so this one's so funny. Number seven, do you have a health issue?
Do I have health issues? A whole fucking bunch, actually. I have a ton.
That's why I'm laughing.
No, I mean, actually, you know what? I'm not gonna lie though, because I did get my blood test, blah blah blah. I did get my physical, and apparently I have a clean bill of health. I do have just some issues with some like some pains, and I do also have a tear in my muscles on the top of my back. So other than that, I'm okay. I do have some weird fucking pains. I swear these people don't know what they're fucking talking about. I think I'm honestly dying, but whatever.
You know what? I went through the same thing. Like, I went to one doctor's, and I'm like, I don't trust you that you just look, you're too Rico Suave. So I went to a specialist, and my specialist was like, yeah, clean bill of health. And I was like, I still don't feel 100%. Like, I need to go back. So I called him
Exactly.
today, and I was like, can we just make another appointment for Monday just to triple check?
I
And he was like, yeah, you're
swear.
hypochondriac. I'm like, I might be, but I have insurance, and I don't give a fuck. So I want my appointment.
Exactly. Don't question me. All right. What's
I
up?
think you talked about this a little bit, but what? Oh, this is a good way to phrase the question. What religion do you practice? Because I know you said you grew up or you are part Muslim or
Hmm.
Muslim. So, are you a practicing Muslim?
No, I'm actually very spiritual. I always say that because I'm actually in the point where I'm either going to choose a religion to kind of like live by the rest of my life, or I'm just going to stay spiritual. Because
Hmm.
I don't know. I just the way I am and the way I think I'm liberal and something conservative and I have my own way of thinking. So I think I kind of just take a bit from each religion and practice it in my own special little way. So right now I don't really I don't practice
I'm
anything.
No, that's dope. That's dope. I'm still atheist. I believe in chakras in the universe and
Right?
science.
Exactly. That's kind of how I live by too. A lot of spirituality and stones and all that stuff. So,
Right? That's literally like I stage my house every day. It's a little weird, but it's
right?
okay.
No, that's
I make
fine.
it happen. Number nine. What is your political affiliation?
Um, um, it depends on the day.
It depends on the day.
To be
But you
totally
know what?
honest.
For me, a lot of people are so shocked to find out that Chris and I lean more. We lean more right and conservative, way more right and conservative than a lot of other Black gay people, or just Black people in general. I was having a discussion with a friend today when we were at the Goodwill, and she was just like, "What do you think about abortion?" I was just like, "Oh, I think you should be able to get an abortion, but I'm not paying for it, so I don't think it should be state funded." And she was just like, "How dare?" I was like, "I didn't say that women shouldn't get abortions. That's not what I said. I just said I don't want to pay for it. Just like I don't want to pay for like Section 8 and like food
Right?
stamps. I'm not saying that
Exactly.
it couldn't. We don't need some type of food assistance, but it
It
needs to
just
be
shouldn't
like a
come
work
out of
program.
taxpayers.
Yeah, I think there should be like a work program, like the soup kitchen, or like where you work for the food that you get. Honestly, like I don't know. I'm not. I actually went to school for politics, so I am a politician, but I lean very right when it comes to politics, and that's just because I see the struggle, and I know everyone has a struggle, and I know that you can get through the struggle by yourself, and you're so much more confident when you do it yourself. But I have used government assistance even as an adult, but the proper way. When you're on food stamps for a couple months, just if you lose your job, then you get off of it, and then you get a better job. But what do you think about all those?
What's actually crazy? I'm gonna have to say I'm more conservative, and I'll tell you why. I'll say it right now. I'm probably more of a Republican than I want to be, only because I'm very liberal on a lot of things. I'm liberal on, gay rights. I'm liberal on abortion. I mean, I think those are my two things where I'm kind of like, do whatever the fuck you want to do. I don't care. But as far as other things, like, I love guns, and I think guns are necessary. I think weapons are necessary. I think we have a little too much control. So I think that's kind of something that would surprise people about my, unfiltered opinion about things. And I don't know. I just, because I'm so passionate and I have a stance on a lot of things, I don't think I could be a liberal person. So I think I'm probably the same exact way. I lean more right than most people would assume.
No, that's dope. That's super dope. I was over here freaking out because my mic was on mute, and I was like, I can't talk, I can't talk. But no, a lot of people just think if you're Black or if you're a woman, that
Mhm.
you're automatically liberal. I'm like, no, that's not true. Majority are, but I like you said, I don't like to just put myself in one category either, because there are some things about the Republicans and a lot of conservatives that I don't agree with. But
Exactly.
all right, all right, all right. Let's see here. My computer went dead. Questions.
Are you gonna make it
Wait.
up?
So unprepared today.
No, you're
Oh
fine.
my god, my computer's not. It's really not working.
It's so
I think.
funny
I think.
because people are still listening because they love us. They don't care. I think they just like hearing our voices. That's all that matters.
I could do Barry Manilow. Wait, that's not Barry
Please
Manilow.
don't. What? What was that?
That was a sad attempt to Barry Manilow. But no, I had 5 other questions. I'll probably just do them another time.
Okay.
But no, thank you guys for listening this week to Real Shit Fridays.
That's a
We learned a
segue
lot
to end
about
the show
Coco.
because he effed up.
I have a big show in Portland tomorrow, so I've been really like trying to focus on that and trying to figure out what jokes I'm going to say.
I'm
And
joking. I'm joking.
I
You're
know, because
fine.
it's really hard. Because in Seattle, I know kind of like how the crowd is and what
Hmm.
jokes I can say,
But
but in
there it's different.
Portland, is very more white than Seattle. So I'm like, can I do my Black jokes? I don't know. Let's work on some non-Black jokes.
No, I totally understand, honey. Like I always keep saying, I have a show in 2 weeks, so my brain is like all the way to the other side, because I'm a one-woman show. I mean, of course, I have a great team, but I own a business, so
I'm
it's a
a
lot of
one-woman show.
responsibility. They'll agree with me too, because they always say you run this whole thing, and sadly, because I don't like to micromanage people. I just rather do things by myself. It's so bad. So, I've been biting off a lot, but, things are getting done. So I totally understand that we have a lot on our plate. But it's okay. We've been rambling enough and they don't care about our lives or about our work and all that shit. But anyway, thanks guys. Thank you so much for listening to Real Shit Friday number whatever the fuck. Um, if you haven't done so
Who
already,
knows?
please binge watch. I mean, binge watch. Whoa. Oh, we're TV celebrities now. Please binge listen to our other previous episodes just to catch up on all the craziness.
Yeah.
And please comment and let us know what you want us to talk about so that Carlos can no longer be unprepared. What? Did you have something
And
to say,
remember,
sir?
yeah, remember to stay fucking savage.
Yes. Goodbye, guys. Stay savage.